The following presentation is brought to you by Mr. Main Event Brian Waters and the real Dwayne Alley. The Wrestling Realm. The show for the intelligent wrestling fans. Off the top rope, I dwell in the wrestling realm. Like Jake stay in the snake pit and Kane be in hell. Like Jacob stay in the graveyard, I'm punk in the shy. Call me Snooker cause I'm super and fly. You can hate all you want, but I'm flossing. The Miz said I'm awesome, and I'm upholding the law just like the big boss man. With Mr. Main Event Brian Waters, the real Dwayne Allen. Toss you over the border like Hernandez, Mandez, pressing the stands. It's the show for the intelligent wrestling fans. Hitman like Hawk, but I'm not from Calgary. I'm all about the bill, so let that gold dust shower me, empower me like Farouk and the nation. If you don't know your history, then you should change the station. But if you do, you can cruise to YouTube / the wrestling realm. Your lessons are stale. Say the same old lines, man, you destined to fail. Like the Shockmaster or the wrestler Nails. I'm a heartbreak kid, and my bid to be champion is unmatched. Anybody step, I'm face planting them. With Mr. Main Event and the real Dwayne. You the sisters of love, we the powers of pain. You see we coming with a spear while you're monkey flipping. It's Brian Waters, Dwayne Allen, and your boy Trenton. And that's just how the story goes. That's just how the story goes. It's the wrestling realm, baby.
You been watching TNA lately?
Somewhat. I'm familiar with the product.
What do you think about Bobby Roode and his longevity as far as being this heel champion who's held on to the title for this long?
I discussed this with Shark about 2 weeks ago on the show, Shark Attack, on Blog Talk Radio. And we had both come to the realization that it feels like it's a forced run.
Okay.
It's like you see what they're trying to do and the way they're trying to build him as a champion, but I feel like they're trying to do it in a way where he doesn't come off as the champion.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's always saying thing with the whole thing with the way Bret Hart was marketed and the way he keeps giving to us in WCW. Always cheating. He can't ever get a legit win. You know what I mean? He's always got to do something to get a cheap win. He doesn't look like a dominant champion. Even the heels, you know, at some point get dominant wins, and not just over the scrubs, but
like
against
Triple H.
Yeah, exactly. Triple H. You look at younger guys like, you know, when Randy Orton used to do it, Edge used to do it. These guys at one point got legit wins, but it seems like Bobby Roode just like he's a joke to me.
Okay.
He doesn't seem like he earned that spot and he's there and he's not here now. It seems like he got it somehow on a fluke and that he just keeps holding on to it. The way they had to think, man, Bobby Roode's been champion for a long time. We gotta get this belt off of him. Why can't it be Bobby Roode's just that good? There's nothing we can do about it. We're in trouble. Yeah. Because somehow this guy has to lose. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference.
It's a complete
difference. It's a difference between saying, okay, now we gotta get the belt off him. Somebody's gonna beat him. We're gonna choose one of you guys versus saying, man, this guy's a champion. We're in trouble. There's a huge difference. What are we gonna do? Because somehow this guy's not like when you have that urgency and that sense of okay, this guy's not losing. You make him say, oh, this guy's legit. It's like it was also with McMahon. You know, McMahon was half their entire beef was McMahon trying to get the belt off Austin, but Austin was always so dominant and so was outsmarting McMahon every way. You would see Vince's frustration in the desperation in the things that he did just to get the belt off Austin. Even matches like putting Kane or Undertaker versus Austin. You know, desperate things. Yeah. You know what I mean? It showed Austin's dominance because Austin's like, no matter what you do, it's not working. You can get him handcuffed. He's hopping over police officers, security guards. He's coming back with Zambonis. And it's like you make him look larger than life because a corporation cannot stop one guy.
Exactly.
And it seems like they're trying to do that with Bobby Roode and TNA. But it's like, how did this happen again? You don't remember anything. Yeah. I don't remember how he became champion. I think he lost to James Storm.
He beat James Storm with the beer bottle.
Okay.
He cracked him in the head. Because you remember, everybody wanted Bobby Roode to become champion.
Yeah, right.
And then that over the head with the beer bottle, he instantly turned heel.
Okay, cool. And
yeah,
what else do you remember about his title run?
He beat everybody by cheating. Yeah,
there's no story to it.
Yeah, you know, him and Kurt Angle had matches. Him and Sting, him and RVD. It just seemed like it's been a cycle.
Even when I was not watching TNA full time, even when I was scared of TNA, I still knew stuff. You feel me? I knew how Jeff Jarrett always had the belt back. I knew how Christian always defended his titles. You feel me? And it's like even Rhino, even his short run he had and he lost the belt to Jeff Jarrett again. I knew how he got it, but Bobby Roode is like he has something there. He has the it factor, but TNA is. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say they're not playing to his strengths because I personally don't know the guy. I don't know his strength. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I can't sit there and say, oh, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. But I'm just saying that I'm not convinced as a world champion. It looks forced. It looks rushed. I don't remember anything about his title reign. When you say Austin, you say Shawn Michaels, you say Bret Hart, you say Hulk Hogan. You remember specific things about their title reigns. I'll ask you right now, Hogan, what's one thing you remember about his title reign?
Which one?
The first go round. This his whole career. First run at WWF.
Body Slam Andre.
Boom. Bret Hart.
Bret Hart beat. He kept defending the title. He beat Papa Shango.
He was a fighting champion.
Yep. And they told him to stop. Maybe he's defending the title too much.
Shawn Michaels.
Same thing. Fight your champion. You know. He went back, beat Diesel as champion. He beat Vader, Mankind, British Bulldog,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
the Attitude Era. Just sum it up like that.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Same thing. You know, he was the corporate champion.
Triple H.
Yeah, boy. Nobody can stop him. The launch of SmackDown.
You see what I'm saying? There's certain things that you remember about wrestling in that time period that's synonymous with each champion, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think about Hogan, you think about the glitz and glamour of the 80s. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy. Now I'm saying, if they're going to keep calling about the it factor of this guy, you think about Bret Hart. This is the beginning of the 90s wrestling. You think about the beginning of 90s wrestling taking off, that technicality, the new age, the new generation.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, you know, the carrying of the torch from the new age but transitioning to the Attitude Era. Stone Cold, the beginning of the Attitude Era. You know what I mean? The Rock, the continuation of the Attitude Era. Triple H, straight dominance. You know what I'm saying? You remember certain things about the business. You know, even when someone like JBL, when John Cena, The Undertaker, you remember certain things about the business that was associated with the title, and not just he just had the title, because there's many forgettable champions. Big Show. We don't remember anything about the wrestling business. I remember not remembering anything
his father, the whole storyline with him and Boss Man.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're a wrestling fan. You feel me?
The other one when him and when Paul Heyman was his manager, when he was the first person to beat Brock Lesnar. That was it. But you know, it still waste. Even Undertaker, who's never held the title as long as Bobby Roode, you still remember stuff about each one of his title reigns.
You look at TNA now and you say, Bobby Roode, what important factor of TNA as a company do you associate with Bobby Roode as being champion? TNA has made plenty of strides. They did a really good job with Slammiversary. They're moving in the right direction. I'm not going to take nothing away from them. But there's nothing that adds to Bobby Roode, and there's nothing that Bobby Roode adds to that equation. I would love for a TNA fan to please break it down to me and tell them, don't just tell me, well, because he's this, that, and third. Please, if I'm misunderstanding something, I would like to know. But I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah. So what do you think about Austin Aries? He set up the goal at Destination X. He set the goal against Bobby Roode.
I think it's a step in the right direction for Austin Aries. It's a step in the right direction for TNA recognizing what they have and going with it. Austin Aries has proven himself. You know, it was TNA previously, then went to Ring of Honor, and now he's back. I don't think it does nothing to draw.
Okay.
But it does help the company move. Like, TNA's not in a position, in my opinion, to compete with anybody. They're in a position right now to build their own company.
Yeah. And that's what they need to focus on.
And unfortunately, when they had the talent that they had, if they focus on that, they'd probably be in a better situation right now. But they fell to the WCW curse. You know what I'm saying? Trying to compete and trying to keep up instead of just saying, okay, we got the guys, and now they don't have the guys, and they can't compete. By this time, 10 years, they should be competing right now, whether they're losing or not. They should be able to compete. But instead of building a company back then, when they had the young guys and the older guys to help build the younger guys, they wanted to compete. Yeah. It's like, no, you should have just said, we're going to do our thing, to the point where those guys should be brought along by now, so now they can say, now we can compete, and you can have hopes of, having a bigger wrestling business and a broader wrestling environment that, we are dying to get again. You know what I mean? We love the WWE, but competition is good for everybody. It's good for business regardless. So, yeah. I mean, that's just my take on Bobby Roode, man. He has something, yeah, he does. But I think that WWE could do a better job.
Enough said.
Him, Samoa Joe. Don't get me started. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, anything else?
Nah, man. It's just this is pretty much what's going on today in wrestling, and it's always fun to talk about these things.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I mean that's just. I'm just looking at TNA like, man, it looks so the roster looks so depleted from what it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man. But hey, those are the breaks.
Well, folks, that's it for today. He is the real Dwayne Allen. I am Mr. Main Event Brian Waters. So let's get in the rundown. We are on iTunes. Just search The Wrestling Realm and it will come up. You'll be able to download some of our previous shows. Guess what, Dwayne? Cameron G has stepped into the realm, and Mondays will be joining in at 5 o'clock to talk wrestling.
All right, nice.
Yeah, so
that's what I call expansion.
Expansion at its finest, So for those people, at 5 o'clock Mondays, 347-215-8265. Call in. Join the show.
He just knows the number off the top of his head just like that.
Yeah, www.blogtalkradio.com/The Wrestling Realm. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Wrestling Realm. And make sure you follow these sites. Pro Wrestling Powerhouse, pwjournal.wordpress.com, and ultimatesportstalk.com.
That means we're on all three.
Exactly. Glad you broke it down to them.
Not yet. Yeah.
Remember, folks, this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fans. You want to talk wrestling? Hit us up. Twitter, Facebook. Just search The Wrestling Realm. Join the group. We'll let you in.
This is what we do. Wrestling fans, we talk wrestling. Unashamed, unbiased, and we have plenty of opinions. It's fun.
Now that's Main Event.
All the way to the bank.
So long, everybody.